How important is communication in marriage? What's the biggest fear when it comes to parenthood? Today we get to meet a couple as we explore these important questions. Welcome to Decoded. My name is Dayan Masinde. I am a relationship and marriage coach. Every week I sit down with different couples to find out what issues in their relationship or their marriage they need decoded. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Chris Munio Cairo. This is my wife.
I'm Rehema Munio, and we are happy to be here today.
Yes. When did we meet? Wow, so many years ago. We're almost now 20 years. We've been married 15 years, but we had 20 years been together. We met at a restaurant along Langata Road. It was called Carnival, or rather it's called Carnival, yeah. I believe. Yeah. Sometimes she says somewhere else, but...
No, he's the one who says somewhere else. But I know the first time I saw you is what I believe where we met. Yeah. Over 15 years ago. Dated for very long. I really waited for this ring. For 7 years, I waited for it.
No, 5, but anyway.
Yeah, and got married, did the normal thing.
Yeah.
Remember the Gorario?
Exactly.
Rorasio? Yes.
Got married on December 14th, 2006. And by September of the following year, we had a child, our daughter, Nadia Munio.
Yeah, but I want to take us back.
Okay.
Because, you know, in the traditions, when they bring the mahari, there's the normal procedure. You first come and introduce. He brought everything at once. Yes. So by the time I'm going home, you know, we are traditionally married, you know. Yeah.
We wanted to finish everything at one go. That's how we found it easier that way. So we brought everything at one go.
Yeah.
We had it at her mom's place in Nairobi West.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, after that, we got married in December, as I said. A nice intimate wedding in Karen. And then 7 months later, or rather 9 months later, we had our first child, Nadia.
Nadia Munio, very active girl. We barely slept. I had eye bags until here because, well, the doctors said she's just an active and intelligent girl. So
she had colic. You remember the colic?
Yeah, she had
there were times colic, I had to rock her until morning because she's not sleeping. So it was quite challenging.
Yeah. And it's been an interesting journey just seeing her from, you know, being a toddler. And Munio just the other day was telling me the way he was shocked picking her from school and he's seeing...
She's almost my height. Yeah, she's sitting in the car like I was like, oh, who is this lady here? So she's become a big girl.
Yeah.
She's in year 9. Yeah.
Yes, she is. Yeah. And well, it's been interesting having her because she's a very artistic child, but with her own, you know, as children are growing, they change. So you find that she was very outgoing, extrovert, you know, when she was younger. Yeah. But then now she's...
As they grow older, I think, you know, the teen years, she's now 14, as you said, so they start becoming a little bit withdrawn. We've noticed that, but I guess it's just the growing pains. It's part of life. Yeah. As they grow older, they start now maturing and they're knowing their bodies and so on and so forth. So that has been a bit of a challenge, trying to now manage her, you know, her expectations, to manage her mood swings and this and that, but we are trying.
Yeah. And, you know, and the good thing is that she's very open, you know, at least she tells us when she's having when she's going through these emotions. And I think it's very important as a parent to understand what a child is going through. And of course, try and address. Of course, it's not we are always agreeing to what she's saying. Sometimes even us, we can be a bit harsh, I think, because that's how most of us were brought up. Yeah. You have to be a bit
firm.
Firm, yes, exactly.
Yes. The word is firm.
Yeah. But you know, we are trying to help her through. with the motions, as we say. And she's, as I said, she's artistic. She likes to sing.
She's a very good singer.
She's like her dad, by the way. He's a very good singer. He should belt out something. But she's shy in front of the camera, you know. But the back, she likes to do things behind the camera. So we have encouraged her to do that. She's done quite a number of voiceovers, ads, you know, that commercial ads, and she gets, of course, excited being paid for that. Yeah, so
I guess, it's really about encouraging, you know, seeing where their strengths and where their strengths lie, and really trying to push on that. So I try and encourage her a lot, or rather we try and encourage her a lot, to be a bit, you know, brave, go in front of the camera, be able to sing, do the voiceovers, you know, the things that she's passionate about. We're also seeing she has a lot of interest in, you know, she's always putting things apart. She's very good at, what would I say? Is it biology, or no? Is it science? Science. She has a knack for that, and something again we're trying to encourage her to continue doing.
Yeah. So it's just building the confidence in the child, and just ensuring that you're present for her, and you know, working together as well. Because even as a couple, you know, we also have our challenges. So the same way, you know, we may have our challenges, so the child also may have the
challenges. Yes.
So it's just to see how you can build up on, you know, your own experience, and then transfer it to your child. So we have two girls. So there's Nadia and Bianca.
Bianca is our
She might feel bad if you don't mention her.
Bianca just turned 9. Nadia turned 14. Both of them, I think the mom had planned them, because they are born on September 20th and September 25th. And then guess what? Her birthday is on the 1st of October.
Yesterday,
So I'm the only one who is way back in June. Yes, marriages are not a walk in the park, so to speak. You know, the first couple of months, it's all rosy-dozy. You know, everyone is happy. But of course, as you go on, challenges will come through. How do we overcome our challenges? We try and talk. You know, I think communication is the most important thing, to be able to talk it out and say what's happening. Like now, for example, the last 2 years, because of COVID, things can be very difficult. You know, incomes have been impacted and so on and so forth. How do you manage that? So we work as a team. We try and work as a team. And I think that's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's being a bit modest, because, you know, we have our own weaknesses and strengths. So, and even when we are going through premarital counseling, we were told communication. But I'm not very good at that. So he gets upset about that. You know, you're not saying, I'm furaying, you know, and I'm not talking about it. So he comes in that way that he is able to, you know, reconcile situations better than I can. And for me, I guess, is to try and see also how, in my own way, I can correct anything, you know. And also, even when it comes to, you know, things that are going through personal lives, like my career. I remember there's a time I was, you know, we have these little children. I'm thinking, okay, I can't do this. And he encouraged me, told me, if you feel you want to quit, fine, we'll figure out what to do. So,
and we managed.
And that happened. And I mean, there's just so much to say about, you know, the benefits and the challenges. And I'm sure a lot of us have common issues, and, you know, there are those, luckily for us, our relas don't ingilia, you know.
Yes.
You know, I mean, they're
we were told that during premarital counseling, it was what? In-laws and outlaws, you know. So you're encouraged to make sure that your marriage is, what would I say? You know, it's tightly sealed. So it's basically two of you, and it's a team, your team effort. So it has to mean that both of you are the ones who are going to manage that. But if you bring in other people all the time giving you advice here and there and there, sometimes you really mess it up. So we try, and as much as possible, to keep it tight. And I think that's what helps.
It's now time for me to have a conversation with this amazing couple, Walipatana Carnival. But before we go there, I need to tell you something that's happening here at the Trademark Hotel. There's an amazing offer. For 15,000 Kenya shillings, you can get a single or a double room, bed and breakfast. This weekend offer, it's only valid between Friday and Sunday only. So if you're missing out, please, I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you a tip, a heads up. You better book it here at the Trademark Hotel. Now to this amazing couple, Carnival. Hey! Chris, what was it about her that you're like, I gotta pursue this lady?
I think for me it was her smile. She has a really broad and beautiful smile.
Okay.
That made me just feel all warm and fuzzy.
Uh-huh.
I was like, this person looks interesting.
Uh-huh.
Another thing I can remember is that she wore this very bright blue knitted sweater.
Knitted sweater.
Which was something that was out of the ordinary.
Oh my goodness.
At that point, we were wearing all these, I wouldn't call them cool stuff, but wearing the t-shirts and whatever. But she had this sweater on, and I was like, this lady has the guts. She's left the house with this sweater, and she's wearing it to the carnival. I was like, I've got to know this.
You got to know this.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's how it started.
And 20 years later, you still remember that look she had?
Definitely the smile, of course the laughter.
And she's still laughing over here. 20 years, you're making a blush.
Yeah, she laughed quite a lot.
Yes.
And of course that blue sweater. I don't know where it is anymore, but that was a clincher.
That was
So I was like, I have to speak to this person. And so we started that way, and then we went for a few dates after that.
Yes.
And here we are.
Here you are. Here you are. What was it about him? This guy, there are billions of men, but here you are with Chris.
For me, to be honest, I think it was just physical attraction. I saw him from far, and a friend of mine who's the late now, but she reminded me that the day I saw him, I told her I will marry that guy.
Oh, you told your friend that?
Yeah, I saw him from far, and I told her that's the one.
Look at that
and
confidence.
That was it.
Oh my goodness, you're speaking into your future. And even ladies look at looks, eh?
Yeah. And then, of course, later on, he's a very humorous guy.
Yeah.
And, so I got to know him better, and, the relationship developed to now where we are.
Wonderful. And now to Nadia and Bianca, we want to wish you here at Switch TV a happy belated birthday. You September queens, a happy belated birthday. We love you and we celebrate you. Now, how does it feel being parents, Mr. Munio?
Wow. It's humbling. Sometimes you look at these children and you're like, this is a mini me,
Yeah.
Like my last born, I think, took after me quite a bit. We resemble one another quite a bit. So there are times I look at her and I'm like, my goodness, I see myself at her age, physically. Just that she's a girl and I was a boy. Our firstborn is, I think, a mix of both of us.
Yes.
But again, there are times I see myself fully, and then there are times I see the mother.
Yeah.
So I think it's just interesting seeing them growing up. From when they came out the Nairobi hospital when they were born. Yeah. Because I was present for both.
Yeah.
Up to now.
Hold up.
Yeah.
You were present.
Yes,
both are being given.
Yes, I was there.
Hey, you're the man.
I was there. So, looking at them now, as I was saying even earlier on when we were saying, I was picking my daughter up from school and then I'm like, wait a minute, who is this young woman sitting next to me?
Yes.
So it's humbling in that way. Sometimes you even wonder, am I going to be able to take care of these people? It's a big responsibility.
Right?
And can be a bit daunting, especially like for us fathers with girls. You're like, you're always wondering what's going to happen. Now, especially now with Nadia, who is now 14.
Yeah.
The issue of now boys and that kind of thing. As fathers, you're like, you don't know how you will deal with it, but it'll have to happen. So we just have those open conversations, so at least she understands that if that does happen at some point, we've got her back. Yeah. And I think that's what it is.
Is there like some fear especially when you raise girls?
That's what it is, yes.
There's some fear.
That's a fear. There's a trepidation, and especially amongst us men, you're like, you're wondering, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Is there something I need to do? How am I going to protect her if something happens? With boys, I think it's a little bit different. But with girls, a bit daunting. And especially now when they get to the stage where they start their menses and all that, those conversations, those conversations with girls, you're like, they put you off a little bit. But, you try and manage.
Okay. Rehema, now as a mother, what are some of the threats that you feel girls can face in today's age?
You know, this age is very different from ours, and you find there's a lot of body shaming, peer pressure, that really affects you know, a child who has been very confident and, you know, happy-go-lucky, and when they encounter those kind of issues, if you're not ready, if you're not there to address them and encourage the child and give them, you know, the hope or the confidence, continue building the confidence in them, it can really, really affect them. You know, sometimes she'll come from school and something will have just happened, and, you know, when she gives you the story, you're thinking, okay, that is okay, we can deal with it. But she's so upset for the child. It is something else. So you understand the issue from the child's perspective, because yes, she's a teenager, she's grown, but she's not able to deal with those kind of issues at that age. So you really have to listen. What is the main thing she's complaining about? It may not be the main outburst, but you dig deeper and you find, there was something else that triggered.
Oh my goodness. Well, stay tuned, dear viewer, because after the break, there is something very, very important Mr. and Mrs. Muniu are going to disclose about their daughter. Stay tuned to Decoded. Welcome back to Decoded here at the amazing Trademark Hotel. I've got another offer to tell you. Here at the Trademark Hotel, there's tea and talks every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Very interesting conversations. Well, let me tell you, on the 12th of October, there's Paralyzed by Shame, and then 19th of October, Mind Wars. Only 2,600 per person, including tea and scones. You don't want to miss this. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Muniu, you're telling me that you've enrolled your daughters to this something called Sky Girls. What is Sky Girls?
So basically, Sky Girls is a movement that targets teenagers, 13 to 17. And what the movement is basically trying to do is dissuading young girls from negative influences. Particularly, you know, the habit of smoking. And what we have seen is that our children, not only the girls, are going through a lot of social issues. So we believe the program is going to address some of these issues in its own way. So what we are doing is it's just trying to ensure that the children are engaged in activities that will make them better people and bring out creativity, confidence, and also, you know, we also try and give them some form of knowledge through what we call the big sisters. Could be anybody that is out there, whatever profession it is, just to encourage these young ladies.
You mentioned that her being a creative, Nadia being creative, and then you're also very creative father. You sing. Now there's this song that you're telling me that you love singing. And
there are several.
Okay. One by a gentleman called, what's his name?
Oliver Mutukudzi is one of my favorite artists. But there are several songs of his that I know. There are several other songs of other artists that I also like. So yes.
Can you give us this taste of an Oliver Mutukudzi
song? Let me do which one? Let me do Neria. So Neria goes, Neria wo uzaone moyo kaneria Maria newe.
Oh my goodness! Check that out. Have you seen the way he's done? He's like, Maria. That was amazing. So even Sky Girls helps, you know, the daughters, the girls to actually identify their talents,
express themselves
creatively, you know.
It's all about being true to themselves. That's a tagline.
In fact, you've given me a nice notebook over here. You got it, girl. You're being told you got it, girl. So if you're a young girl, 13 to 17, this is the kind of stuff you're able to get from Sky Girls. Sky Girls. Now, when it comes to peer pressure, you mentioned that hear this as a girl, there tends to be a lot of peer pressure from celebrities, social media, friends. I do all these things, especially right now with Twitter, Instagram, Zote, TikTok. So how does a parent manage to be more powerful or have more influence than all these other factors?
Well, it just starts by understanding what the pressure is. What is she going through exactly, and where is it coming from?
Yes.
So for us, from a very young age, we've always ensured we know what they are watching, what they're exposed to, and just ensuring that we build trust in them, that they will not go to any of the sites that are not ideal for them. So from even that young age, if something pops up, they come and tell us, this has popped up. I don't think it's my age. So yes.
So they come and tell you, Mom, Dad, I've seen something that I don't feel it's comfortable for me.
And even when they are watching something alone, either myself or her will go and check or say, is this age appropriate for you? Also putting the firewalls and those kind of things are very important, so that they know that whatever content they are watching is for their age group.
So you have this conversation with
them, yes.
So it's not just the parent saying yes or no, it's explaining, brings us to this. I don't know whether you see some cards in front of you.
Yes.
What are you seeing?
Yes and
yes
no.
and no.
Yes and no. If you may just flip those cards over. We'll start with you, Mr. Munir.
Okay.
What do you see?
It's a question mark.
Question mark. What about you, Mrs. Munir? Question mark. So not just yes and no, but why is it a yes? Why is it a no? So now you're building the capacity in the girl to make decisions on their own, even when you're not around. Because as you say, if they see something, because you've built up that muscle to make their own decisions, they come to you and tell you, Mom, Dad, I've seen this.
Yes.
So it's not just saying being a yes-no parent. It's yes, no, but why?
Explaining why.
Or explaining why. It is
Why have
very,
I said no?
Yes.
What's the reason? Why have I said yes? What's the reason? I think it's very important.
Because you'll not always be physically present where they are, so they need to have that capacity of making decisions on their own.
Exactly.
And why do you feel it is important to speak with the right tone? Or what's the right tone to speak to especially our young girls with,
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe I can go. I think that there are two ways. Obviously, there is a time that is called for where you have to be a bit stern, with the children, because as I say, spoil the child. Is it spoil the?
Spare the rod.
Spare the rod. Spare the rod. Spoil the child.
Yes.
But so there's a firmness, but there's a firmness with love. So even as you're being firm and you're saying no, as we're saying, you're saying no, but you're explaining why you have said no.
Yes.
So at least first and foremost, they know that this is a firm no.
Yeah.
It's not a no that might change to a yes, but there's a reason as to why.
There's a reason as to why.
And I think that's very important.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Rehema?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Munio. There's understanding. You need to hear them.
Exactly.
And for me, I've learned that being calm and listening to them as they are explaining, and I'm calm, makes them talk more and express themselves. So I'll understand the issue, and now from there, it also makes me think better on how to handle the matter.
So they feel safe in your presence.
Yes.
To be able to share with this.
And not only safe, that they can open up. Because if you're always, shouting, putting them down, I told you not to do this.
Talking down at them.
Talking down, when you keep doing that, they will not open up.
Especially for a teenager.
Oh yes, She will not say anything. And for me, I find even the smallest thing they will ask me, and sometimes I will tell them things like, unless it is a crisis, do not say anything to me, because of that they open up so much, which I appreciate.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a parent and you're here and you've got a daughter, I'm just letting you know about Sky Girls, the Sky Girls movement. As I was telling you, this particular notebook, there's so much more. You just need to go to the Sky Girl website, skygirlke.com, or check out their social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Go to their YouTube channel. They've got a lot of content. So if you need help on parenting that girl, there's material for you. And if you're a girl out there, teenage girl, 13 to 17, Sky Girls is a place for you. So now, Mr. Muniu, How do you call your wife? Is there a special name you used to call her?
Well, when we got married, I did. I don't know if we're still using it now, but
Which one
it was my sweet.
My sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mrs. Muniu?
Yeah, I did. In
The
fact, even
nicknames.
on
On
the,
our
the
rings.
rings,
The
how
rings
the
are
nicknames,
inscribed, yeah.
Ah.
So I used to call him Casper because you remember Casper,
Yeah,
the friendly ghost.
yes.
Doesn't he look like Casper?
So I was Casper and she was my sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness,
Yes.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. You two have
Yeah.
got such a wonderful sense of humor, man. I'm loving it. So I'll request if you can hold both hands. She can
Okay.
only me.
Me, I want to hug her.
You're hugging.
This is my hug.
Is there anything, 20 years working together, anything that you like to share as an appreciation to each other for raising two amazing daughters together? Feel free. I'll go with you first, Mr. Mungu.
Sorry, I didn't. You said?
Anything that you want to appreciate her for 20
Oh.
years of loving and parenting together.
Oh, definitely. She's a lovely wife. She's been a lovely wife to me.
Yeah.
And a lovely mother to our daughters.
Yes.
And for that, I want to appreciate her and thank you very much and keep it up.
Thank
Wow,
you,
wow.
thank you, thank
Mrs.
you.
Munyu.
Well, the same, of course, being a guy,
Yes.
very supportive of the family, providing, and just being there when, when the dads come in when things get tough.
Yeah.
So at the appropriate time, that has really been helpful. And
Wow.
it's good.
You two are so beautiful to look at. Just your love story and even your parenting story.
Thank
this
you.
is just amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, skygirlske.com. This issue has been decoded.